Okay, are we live? We are live. Alrighty. So sorry I didn't do H Factor's backlog yesterday. I royally screwed up my sleep schedule yesterday, and I just did not feel comfortable going live and fucking things up even more on like 3 hours of sleep. So yeah, that's why there wasn't any Sonic Adventure 2 yesterday. But we're back tonight. And tonight we are diving into more of the Doki Doki Salvation Remake here. And Cerberus, yes, you are indeed first. By quite a margin. How the heck are you, dude? I'm really curious to see where this mod is gonna go. More so than I was before. Just got back from a long walk to get some food. Oh, nice. Because, I shared it in the Discord server, but when I was looking in the mod files for, the Salvation Remake here, find stuff to use for the thumbnail, I saw some stuff that I'm just like, why is this in the mod files? Stuff that just looks like it has literally no reason to be there. And now I'm just curious what the mod is gonna do with it. I'm not gonna say what they are for spoiler purposes, but if you want to see what I'm talking about, and you've already seen the mod, join the Discord server. Links in the description. Like, for real. This is why you gotta be part of the server so you can see this stuff before I talk about it live. Now you're home stuffing your face with rice and ramen. Sounds like a good way to spend an evening to me. Or whatever time of day it is for you. It's not a whole lot new going on with me. I mean, we had that solar eclipse. I didn't really get to see it because A, I was sleeping, and two, it was cloudy as fuck where I lived that day, so I didn't really get to see it. But that was a thing that happened, and that was pretty neat. Like, I saw pictures of it in the news, of course, because everybody was talking about it. There we go. Hey, look at that. Discord embeds actually got it right for once. It's a bloody miracle when Discord embeds actually get it right. It's a bloody miracle. Oh, that's not what I want. I see you're enjoying the screen time, though. What are you plotting under there, Monty? What are you plotting over there? I like this guy's profile comment in Sensi's server. Dying is bad for your health. Yes, I would have to agree. As are many other things. You know, maybe that's just me, but there's a lot of things that are bad for your health, including dying. So, son, don't die. I suppose that's another thing that happened. My hockey boys have officially, mathematically been eliminated from the playoffs. But to be fair, our realistic chances of getting into the playoffs have been over for like a month, so I'm not really that sad. Also, this is just cool right here. I don't know what purpose this was drawn for, but that's cool. You go, man. Shout out. I would love to know the story behind that artwork. Like, if somebody commissioned that for the dude, or if... Well, I don't know. Yo, what's up, Oreo? Nope, that's not what I want. I want the team relations server. That looks fascinating. I've come to get racist as fuck while juggling severed heads, dildos on their foreheads. How do you manage to do these things? God damn it. It's called giving into the insanity. I suppose, yeah, I suppose. That's kind of what I did last night, where I'm just like, I don't want to, I don't want to go live when, I'm not feeling up to it. Just feel, absolutely thrashed by my sleep schedule. So I'm like, yeah, just get a bit more sleep. And then after I woke up, I decided, you know what? I'm going to try to get Battlefront 2 working. So, yeah. Oh, and then there was the video I watched on my last break at work from Mudahar. And just, if you're in the server, just check the video sharing channel. Like, oh my god, the guy Muda talks about in that video is just such a waste of human life. I think his username's like Johnny Somali or something. He's a kick streamer. And yeah, he's one of the biggest degenerates I've ever seen. One of the most degenerate people I've ever had the displeasure of finding out about, thanks to Muda or other people. And it's just like, the kind of shit he does would just make you shake your head. Anyway, let's actually get into things proper here. Last time, I think we left off with like a sleepover thing about to happen. So, let's check that out. Because I'm in it for the long haul at this point with this mod. Yeah, that's right. We left off with this, and then the kernel access, monitor kernel access reset thing being at like 12%. Because Monica doesn't know what she's doing and fucks something up. And yeah, now she's stressed as fuck about it. I don't think this is the right mod for that. Just saying. Although, since you're talking about Sayori, I feel like it's worth mentioning that, this thing that I kind of just brushed off as like a fucking April Fool's thing. I'm just like, yeah. Imagine if this was the twist ending to Sayori shoots up DDLC. Apparently some snowflakes on Twitter did not like that. It's like, bruh, take a joke. Grow some thicker skin, people. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I see that and I'm just like, oh my god. You know, someone who's been a part of the mod scene in some way for this game for a few years now. Yeah. I think people need to lighten up. Like, don't take everything so seriously. I lay out a few board games and other fun little games that I had laying around on the table. Wonder what kind of board games he has. This should be a fun night. A Monopoly, Trouble, and Uno. Oh! Oh, man. Oh, if they play Uno, friendships are going to be destroyed over that game. Same with Monopoly, to be honest. If they play Monopoly or Uno, friendships will be destroyed this night. This should be good. I've also got Super Swampy Bros if she's up for video games as well. Interesting. Is that? I want to find out. Is that a real ROM hack? That sounds like the name for some shitty ROM hack. There's a SoundCloud for it, Super Swamp Bros. That's funny. I pack up all the stuff in my backpack and put it over my shoulder. Thunder seems to echo in the distance, but there's no clouds though, so what? How does that make sense? Game, you got some splaining to do. Should probably hurry up. Don't want to get caught in the rain. I knock on Sayori's door and wait for her to answer. Who is it? The biggest criminal mastermind that has ever graced the face of this planet. Ah, shit. Who brought brew? Are you going to kidnap me? No. This is a robbery. Bum 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 bum. Knowing Sayori almost never locks her door, I decide to open it and let myself in. Oh, there you are. Sayori leads me to her bedroom and closes the door behind her. Sorry about the messy room. It can be hard to find the motivation to clean up sometimes. I definitely get that in regards to my room. Hey, don't worry about that. I really don't mind at all. So, what do you want to do? She looks at me with anticipation. Well, I think it's time to figure that out, eh? Oh, right. I remove my backpack and place it on the floor. Yep, it is time to decide how to ruin this friendship. Check this out. I open up the bag and reveal all the games I brought. Whoa, you brought all that? Ah, come on, it's just a few boxes. I was a bit indecisive, so I just brought everything I thought would be fun. Let's play Uno! I used to be amazing at Uno. Oh no. Oh no, their friendship is getting destroyed tonight. Oh shit. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. This friendship is gonna be destroyed if they play with the right rule set. I mean, Uno doesn't really require that much skill. That's what you think, boy. Yeah, it does. You have to strategize and anticipate your opponent's moves. Sayori, that applies to a lot of games, not just Uno. With Uno, it's about, knowing when to use the cards that you have. I used to win basically all the time. Yeah, maybe because people were letting you win. That's not true. I'm just messing with you. I'm sure you did great. But let's go ahead and prove that by actually playing. You're on. Later. Our game of Uno lasts for a while. Sure enough, Suri ended up being quite the formidable opponent. I have no idea how, but she always has the card she needs. Told you I was really good. I was going easy on you. Cope. He's inhaling the copium. Whatever helps you feel better about that crushing defeat. Alright. I'm gonna use the bathroom now. Mind if I use yours? Of course. Su casa es mi casa. Well, I think I said that wrong. Yes, you did. I leave Suri's bedroom and make my way downstairs towards the bathroom. Thunder echoes in the distance again, which probably means a storm is on its way. Hopefully we don't lose power. Yeah, that would be a shame. I'll walk into the bathroom and do my thing. Nice bathroom. Yeah, I didn't need to know that. This is like when I was remarking to the commentators on ESPN when they were just talking about pointless shit that nobody wants to hear about. Like how they were commentating on which direction the fucking wave in the stands was going, instead of, something actually relevant to the game. This is why I hate the ESPN commentators. They talk about some of the most asinine shit that nobody cares about. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe focus on, I don't know, what we're all here to watch? Like, is that just me? Like, I'm here to watch hockey. I'm not, here to listen to you guys drone on about whatever the fuck you're talking about while, we're watching a hockey game. As I finish up, something peculiar catches my eye. The floor beside the toilet. I see. The music stopped. Oh boy, shit's about to get real, isn't it? Nothing good ever happens when the music stops. What the hell? It's an empty medicine bottle. I was not anticipating this right at the start. Oh shit, yeah, this is getting real fast. I lift up the bottle from off the floor, and to my dismay, it's hers. Oh god. They're hers. Maud, don't tell me she did what I thought she did. Overdose is a word that immediately springs to mind. That's the word I didn't want to hear. For the love of fuck, tell me that's not what just happened. I don't need this right now. I don't need this right now, game. Can you even overdose on these? You can overdose on anything! Too much of anything is bad for you, you dipshit! No. She wouldn't take them. She couldn't have. Why else would she have invited me over today? I don't fucking know. Then what's up with this? I guess there's really no other way for me to find out unless I ask. Unless it's too fucking late. I rush out of the bathroom and head back upstairs, trying to remain as calm as possible. Before entering, I hide the bottle in my pocket and take a deep breath. Hey! What's wrong? Is my bathroom not clean enough or something? No, it wasn't that. Scans through it from top to bottom, checking for any signs that something could be off. Let's continue. Do I just stop everything and call the emergency services? No, I think this is something you should maybe confront her about right now. Be like, hey, just, you gotta ask the hard questions, man. How many of these did you have before I came over? Just make sure she's not overdosing like you think she is. But then what if I'm wrong? Yeah, I don't think this is something you want to beat around the bush with, my guy. Can I ask you something? Oh, sure. What's up? You've been taking your pills, right? Same time every day? Yep. Hey, you haven't forgotten our promise, have you? Without another word, I reach into my pocket. What's this I found in the bathroom, then? You showed me this same bottle in the morning. I already finished taking them. I'm supposed to pick up my next refill tomorrow. No, I don't think that's true. There were way too many pills in there. Did you really think I'd fall for that? Maybe you would have if you stopped asking me about my stupid pills all the time. Sayori, I just want to know what you did with them. Why can't you tell me that? Yeah. Why do you keep insisting that you should know about all this? Because he cares about you? Because he's trying to help? Maybe that's just me from where I'm sitting. I mean, it's maybe just how I see it, but... yeah, I mean... did you take all of them at once? What? Why would you even assume I would do that? Oh, I know why. I ignore what Sayori is getting at. So what the hell did you do with them? Sayori. Feel my confusion turn into annoyance. Boy, I understand you're upset. You need to try and stay calm. Much easier said than done. You have any idea how concerning this actually is? Come on, answer me. My annoyance turns into anger. Oh, no. Oh, here we go again. If you don't answer me, I'm going to... I threw them. Yeah. That makes sense. Because I was going to say, if she did overdose on them, I think she'd be in a lot worse condition right now. If not dead. So, yeah. I blink a few times. Do you want to repeat that for me? A little out of this time? I didn't quite catch that. I think you heard her perfectly fine, dude. I threw them all away. I flushed them down the toilet just before you came over. Happy now? Happy? The hell am I supposed to be happy after hearing something like that? What about the ones you took yesterday? Or the day before? Thought I saw you I vomited them out. I stumble on my words after hearing that. She doesn't even want to try going down this route. Damn, bro! Are you kidding me? Why would you do that? Do you not want to get better or something? How can you say that to me? Well, what the hell are you thinking, throwing away the only thing that's supposed to help you? Oh boy, this isn't gonna end well, is it? Did you really think that those stupid pills are the only thing that could make me feel better? Yeah? What else would they be for? I mean, to be fair, depression's a very complex thing. You know, it works for some people, it might not for others. But I mean, you'll never know if you don't try, Sayori, I think is what I'm trying to get at here. If you're not even gonna try, then what the hell's the point of getting them? You know, what the hell was the point of all this? Then you really don't understand. Oh, this again? I don't really know how else I'm supposed to get through to you. I'm always trying to understand you. You're just too stuck in your own head to see it. Oh! Oh no, bro! Do you think I want to be stuck in my own head? How can you even say that? You're always telling me things that I really just don't feel like hearing, but I try to listen and take your advice because I trust you. I think you're showing me how you've really been feeling this entire time. You've let yourself go because of me, and you kept lying about it. All your grades went down, all because of me. Though you promised that you'd take care of yourself and not worry about me too much. Shouldn't that be proof that I actually care and understand you then? No! Because why would I want you to hurt yourself for my sake? Because he's trying to help. He's trying to help you through this. Please. You don't really know me. Can handle myself. Oh, jeez. You broke our pinky promise. What? You promised me. You promised you wouldn't do this. What are you talking about? See, this is what I mean. You never explained yourself to me. God, you could be such a... Yeah, it's probably best you stop that sentence there, boy. Even in my anger, I can't bring myself to say... What? What were you going to say? I think you and I both know. Look, you were going to say that I'm a pain to deal with, weren't you? Don't put words in my mouth. I don't think now is the time to say you don't know me, my boy. I think you're just making things worse. Yeah, things are definitely not on the up and up with Sayori. You're right. I guess I really don't. Same way you don't know me. Come on, you don't really believe that. Are you putting words in her mouth now? I don't want to. Damn, they destroyed their friendship without even playing Uno. Well, I guess they... Never mind. Never mind. I take back what I said. This is all starting to prove something. You were never there for me because you actually cared. You just feel guilty. And that's my fault. You're really saying that to me now? For everything I've said and done for you? You don't get it. You're always telling me things that don't help. They just make me feel worse. How was I supposed to know if they did or didn't help? You never fucking talk to me! And you never keep your promises! Haven't I already explained this to you? I'm afraid that you don't really care about me. How can you still be afraid after all this time? Then you go back and forth between wanting me to care and not wanting me to care. It's annoying. So which is it, Sayori? I don't know. Just stop already. Ooh. So you don't want help. Because that's really what all of this is looking like now. Absolutely nothing has changed. It's always been the same crap. Get out, then. It's like I barely even know you, Sayori. And you don't even know me. Said it yourself. We haven't made any progress on this, and I think that's on you. Oh yeah, because that's gonna make things better. Good job, boy. Good job. You're not putting in the effort to get better. I wave the bottle in the air, and this proves it. I said, get out! You know I'm not gonna do that. Well, I think she's about to make you, boy. She inches closer to me. And everything I've ever feared is coming true. What are you talking about? This is all a big burden on you. I've put this all on you. How selfish is that? Sayori? I wanted to believe it. I really did. It's just not true. How can it be? Of course you'd still be here. Nobody would want the guilt of suicide on their shoulders. Is that supposed to be a threat? You sound insane right now. I hope you know that, Sayori. You sound insane right now. I don't know how to prove it to you anymore. I've tried everything. It just feels like you don't want to listen. Well, I'll do us both a favor. And make both our lives easier. Sayori reaches down, grabs my bag, and hands it to me. I'd like for you to leave. I don't think that's a good idea given your current mental state. Sayori, please, I'm begging you now. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. You've already proven everything to me. There's nothing to worry about anymore. She places her hand on my chest and begins pushing me out of the door. No, wait. Sayori, don't do this. Please! The emotional tone is all over the place in this scene. She only smiles as she starts pushing harder. I have no choice but to leave the room. She closes her door shut and I'm left standing right in front of it, feeling completely and totally defeated. You let that happen. You didn't even try to push back against her. Also, shouldn't that be closed in this scene? Sayori? Please don't shut me out. I want to try again. I want to work through this. Because I stopped myself. The fear of her making another attempt at her own life is starting to take over again. But that's exactly the problem. Those assumptions are what's caused all of this. I look down at her empty bottle. I angrily throw it across the room and hit a wall, making a noise that echoes throughout the house. Sayori doesn't respond, and I have no idea what to do. I decide to let myself out. Because after all this, I have to trust her. I have to trust that she won't do anything to hurt herself. Even though at this point in time, every single inch of my body is telling me to stay here. Ben? My heart skips a beat. Yeah? I'll be fine. I'm not gonna do anything dumb. But I would like for you to leave. Alright, if you say so. Okay. Without another word, I walk downstairs and leave through the front. I sit down on her porch and watch the storm clouds roll in. Hey, there we go. Still could do with some clouds in the sky. But 1 out of 2. You get half credit. Well, that's just perfect, isn't it? Yes, it is very fitting, Maud. You had to bring out the storm clouds now. I let out a sigh as the rain starts pouring heavily. Thinking back to what Sayori said about how I don't really know her and that she doesn't really know me, that's not true, is it? It depends on what way you want to look at it. From what what perspective you're looking at it from. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, we're best friends, right? That's what you think. I guess we were best friends. All of this really is my fault, then. I've probably done nothing but make Sayori's life worse just by being around. And she's probably right. I've been handling all this very poorly. Was I supposed to give her space or something? What the hell was I supposed to do? Never mind the fact that she's the one that won't take her medication. I wanted to show her I cared about her, but she still has doubts? It's not an easy thing to break through. Just saying. And I blamed her for that. What's wrong with me? I look back towards her front door. I wonder what she's thinking right now. Has to be something I can do. I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got 2 choices. Walk back inside and just invite myself to sleep on her couch, which only seems unbearably rude and kind of creepy. Or just walk back home in the pouring rain and feel like garbage the whole way through. I hate both of these ideas. I'd better just head home then. I pull out my phone and check who it is. Huh. It's Yuri. Hello? Hello, Ben. Sorry for calling you so late. No worries. What's up? Just a bit bored. I guess I wanted to ask if I could join you in Syria on your little hangout. Ah, I see. We're, kind of settling down now. Unfortunate. Well, I should probably just leave you two to it then. Wait. That's not exactly the truth of the matter. Can I call you back in like 5 minutes? Oh, sure. I don't mind. I promptly hang up the phone and prepare myself to run through the rain. Just use your backpack as a makeshift umbrella. It's the type of shit I used to do in high school when it was raining and I didn't have a hoodie or anything. I quickly run indoors and shut the door. Immediately take off my shirt and rush to the bathroom to get a towel and a fresh change of clothes. Damn, it must really be a downpour out there if it's that bad. Now that I'm completely dried off, I lay myself down on the bed and heave a sigh. I better call Yuri back. Hello, Ben. Hey, Yuri. Sorry about that. I had to get back home. Could do with a comma back there. Do with a comma right there. Oh? I thought you were with Sayori tonight. Yeah, about that. Imagine, like, the worst case scenario happening and multiply it by 5. Ooh. You and I have very different definitions of worst-case scenarios. Okay, never mind that. Sayori and I... How do I want to word this? Had a fight. You're already aware that Sayori takes medicine for depression, right? Mm-hmm. We had a pretty nasty fight about that. Her bottle is empty. It shouldn't have been. By the way, please keep this a secret. Of course. I start reflecting on the things I said to Sayori, and a huge wave of regret starts to overtake me. Honestly, I don't really know if I should be telling you this. Oh. Remember when we talked about last week? Basically that, in argument form, I guess. We're not gonna mention the part that she flushed her pills down the shitter because she didn't want them. Sorry, Ben. I don't really know what to say if I don't know the full details. But I'd like to help in any way I can. It's okay. My main concern is how final this all seemed. She kicked me out of her house. I made it seem like that was the end of our friendship completely. And it would be easy to say that it was the depression talking, right? Or maybe I should have been more calm about it. You definitely should have. That might have helped your case. I just got so frustrated. I hate seeing Sayori like this. I hate seeing her do this to herself. It's horrible. Maybe more than anything, I hate myself for loving her. It's nice to hear you admit that, even if it's something I've known for a very long time now. Yeah, I didn't mean to let that slip. I don't know how she feels about me anymore. Sorry to hear you feel that way. You're not giving up on her, are you? A very good question indeed. It's very tempting to just walk away now. But I mean, dude's been friends with Sayori for God, how long now? He's not gonna give up that easily. I don't know. It's not right for me to be feeling this frustrated with her all the time. And if it's not the frustration, it's fear or anxiety. I don't think anybody understands how terrifying that night was. Hey, you don't have to relive that. I understand. Unless you want to talk about it? I'd like to try and finally get it off my chest. Are you sure? Yeah. Take a deep breath. You'd think that this would all be a blur by now, but I remember. Clear as crystal. I never talk about it. I still get images that night in my head. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that's impossible to unsee. Like, now that he's seen that with her, he's never gonna unsee it. I remember being in her house and thinking that I was stupid for breaking into her home. But I hear a loud bang from upstairs. I rush up, open her door, and the words refused to escape my mouth. My heart sank when I saw her. Completely immobilized, just stood there for what felt like ages. But I know that can't be true because she's still here with us today, right? My body moved on its own. Yep, that is when instincts kick in. Just grabbed her by the legs, lifted her up, my mind absolutely racing, but only one thought kept ringing through. Live. I kept calling to her, saying her name, shouting it, but I couldn't even hear my own damn voice. God, the faces she made. She kept clawing at her throat, throwing blood all over the floor. Her desperate attempts to escape were exemplified. amplified by her willingness to completely tear her own fingers apart. Her frenzied convulsions, the sounds. I can never forget the sounds. The desperate gasping for air, the choking, my own panicked breath starting to mesh with her awful coughs and gasps for air. I couldn't help but just scream and yell to try and drown it out. But I wasn't loud enough. Felt like I was muffled, suffocating under the weight of seeing my best friend like this. It was torture. With every second feeling like a damn eternity. Yeah, time seems to come to an absolute standstill in moments like this, dude. It's terrifying. I know I must have called the medical services at some point, but I can't remember much of what happened while I was carrying her. Yeah, the adrenaline was just carrying you hard at that point, dude. Swirls of color, red and blue uniforms rushing to her aid. The ambulance had made it on time. I should have felt relieved, but I couldn't feel a thing. That's when I realized my heart didn't just sink the moment it saw her. It drowned. Maybe, even at this moment, it's still there. I feel a heavy weight in my chest. The weight of everything I've seen and been through threatening to crush me. It feels a bit lighter now. It was awful, Yuri. It was awful. In my rambling, I never realized the tears welling in my eyes. I quickly wiped them away and sighed. You still there? Sorry for rambling on like that. Nah, mate. If there's anyone who'd be willing to listen to somebody else's rambling, it is Yuri. Because Yuri is the one that is known for rambling. Even though she only goes on for like 2 minutes and then it's like, ah, shit, I started rambling again, didn't I? Like, nah, mate. I've never really gotten the chance to let things out like this. I'm here. I just don't really know what to say. It's okay. I didn't really expect you to say anything after that. I feel my heart beating like crazy. Can't say I know how you feel, because I don't. It would be disrespectful of me to say otherwise. Instead, I'll tell you that I feel your pain. I can't even imagine how much it hurts. But if you ever need someone to lend an ear, someone to lean up against, I'll be here. The tears form again in my eyes. Thank you, Yuri. There's a very long moment of silence between us. Can I ask you a personal question? Sure. Do you really love her? What? Sorry, you don't have to answer that. No, it's fine. I just wasn't really expecting it. I think back to the day I confessed to her. She had just confessed her depression to me, and at the time, I guess that was just my initial reaction. Maybe some desperate attempt to get her to feel better. Maybe. I don't know. I guess that really just proves how little I understand all of this. I really thought that my love would have been enough to keep her around. I don't really know, Yuri. What does it even mean to love someone anyway? Well, they say it's the most complex emotion. I'd say it's one that really can't be clearly defined. I'm sure you would love to argue otherwise. I would love to hear your thoughts on that someday. I've never felt love either. I can really only go based off the novels I've read. I'm not really sure what she's trying to say with that sentence. That sentence feels kind of broken. The general consensus seems to be that love is not just a feeling. I mean, it is, but yeah, there's more to it than that. Also, Pretty sure that's how you spell it. English is hard. Either that or it's a British thing. Because I don't know British.
It's an action.
It's a lot of things.
Do you ever find yourself going out of your way for her?
Yeah. Came up during our argument, too.
Really? Did she react negatively?
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. I see.
Guess I just feel like I really want to protect her. Even if that bothers her. Which is why being in love with her started to really feel like a chore. I hate admitting that. It just sounds so awful to say.
I don't really know what to say about that. I think your best course now is to maybe try and rekindle your friendship. That's what matters most here, right?
Yeah.
Take my advice with a grain of salt, please. Give her at least a day to cool off and have some space and time for herself. And take care of yourself, too. You can't be there for Sayori if you aren't there for yourself.
Yep. That's why I want to be able to take care of myself first before I think about anything, relating to a family. That's the belief I've always held when it came to relationship type stuff. And then you happened. Right. I guess that's one of those easier said than done things, isn't it? I'll try to do that, I guess. Just scared she's never gonna talk to me again. Well, you need to let her come to you, it sounds like.
I think she will. You're her best friend. She always talks about you when you're not there in the club or away from the lunch table.
Oh, just don't tell her I told you. Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you. Well, it's pretty late now. I think I should maybe shoot Sari a good night text or something.
If you'd like. Seems harmless to me.
I don't know. I don't know if I would even do that.
Should show her that you still care and you aren't going to give up.
Yeah. And hey, Yuri, thanks for hearing me out. Your phone call came at the perfect time.
Oh,
excuse me.
I'm not the best at giving advice, but I'm always here to listen. You have a good night, then.
You too. Thanks again. I hang up the phone and lay on my back. I go to my messages and tap on Sayori's contact. I wait a few moments before typing out "Good night, Sayori," but I don't hit send yet. I let out a sigh as tears start forming in my eyes again. The bananas have made an ass artillery and are coming for your twigs, berries and Uncle Jerry's. Right, I'll make a note of that. Thank you for telling me.
Good night, Sayori.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm glad I chose not to. Oh, hey, look at that. End of Act 2. I didn't realize you were so close. Reality distorts. I'm glad I decided not to finish out the day that I was on last time. Because, yeah, that was quite long. Reality distorts. I glimpse the fractured cosmos beyond the veil, my emotions unraveling in fragments, torn between chaos and clarity. Reality distorts. Is this awakening? Or am I drowning in the abyss of my own making? My pain translates into language. Language I have yet to understand. Ones, zeros,
ones, zeros.
110010100001. Okay. Well, that was something. I guess I guess Monica's still losing it.
Another day passes in a flash. More and more strange visions are appearing. The first 2 days were tolerable, at least. But today is when things started to get worse. Every time I enter a room, lines of text flash before my eyes.
Is that how you see things once the epiphany starts to take hold? Is that what you're suggesting? Well, I'm there. This is the type of stuff I have wanted to see explored for a long time. Ever since I played that Monica's Prologue mod. Alright.
Every time I sit myself down in class, it never fills up. It's completely empty.
Oh. She's starting to see things how we see it. Bruh. Where is it? I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Because there's a particular piece of fan art that's coming to mind right now. I just gotta see if I can find it. Problem is, there's too many. Too many. I'm just scrolling through different related ones, seeing if I can find the one I'm looking for. Ah, whatever. Don't introduce Monica to the automatons on Cyberstan? Why not? Please, enlighten me.
The school is completely empty. Not a single soul is present here, and it's making me lose my mind. A few days ago, I met a girl named Sayori. I know almost everything about her, despite only knowing her for such a short amount of time. Right down to the outfits she wears, the food she prefers, and worst of all, her depression. There are 3 others. A girl named Yuri, a girl named Natsuki, and a boy Ah! Shit! I cover my mouth subconsciously. I'm not really used to swearing. I don't know who this boy is. Sayori seemed to mention a friend of hers the other day. Is that who she's talking about? I don't really think I can see that far into the future. I guess? I don't really have the right idea of what abilities I have now. I know I'm somewhat omnipotent. It didn't take much to figure that out. The first few days weren't bad. I was able to maintain my composure and focus on the club. Sarah and I discussed ideas on how to recruit members. But it was after that day when I realized that there are only 3 other members to recruit in the first place. It's such perfect timing for me, isn't it? The moment I get an opportunity to make a club exactly how I envisioned it, this happens.
Whoa!
Ah! Stop! I cry out in pain.
I need to go back. What did that say? What did all that just say? Anything? Is there anything interesting in there? All right, full screen this. Yeah, shit, dude. It looks like she's staring right at the fucking Renpai code. Bruh. That's a bruh moment, dude.
My voice echoes in the empty halls of the school. Is that even how you spell that? I'm pretty sure it's not.
I guess it works. Just doesn't sound right in this context. Pretty sure it should be ES.
Despite knowing nobody can hear me, I still try to look around, hoping someone would pop out from around the corner. Sayori, where are you? As I reach for the club door, I notice I'm already in it. Basically instantly. I need to see another face.
Sorry, I don't have a webcam. And, well, her character file is still there.
Sayori, please show up. God, how selfish is that? She has depression. I know she does. And yet I'm still letting myself be comforted by her for my own selfish needs. That's not fair to her. The clubroom door slides open, and Sayori walks in with her usual smile. I quickly stand up straight and regain my composure.
Whoa!
Hey, Monica! Sorry I'm late again.
Hey, what's up, Apex Predator? You must be a Geometry Dash player, judging by the fire in the hole comment right there. How are ya?
It's okay. Welcome back. I nervously scratch my head.
Anime character moment.
Trying to hide how happy I am to see another face is getting pretty difficult. Hey, is everything okay? You seem a bit stressed.
Yes, she does.
Is getting new members still stressing you out? No, Without thinking, I quickly wrap my arms around her and try to hold her tight. Try to hold. I can't feel her.
Oh no, bro. Oh no. Yeah, so these are the effects of the epiphany, huh? Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I can't feel her body touch mine.
Oh man, that hurts. And Dave, welcome back. How are you doing? Good to see you again, mate.
Completely distraught, I slowly let go and move back. I guess you needed a hug today too, huh? I stay silent. I try to at least give her a smile, but I'm struggling to process what I just experienced right now. There's no way she isn't. No, she's real. She's right here. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible friend. What?
Sayori is confused.
What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. I shake my head. How can I be? Do you... I stop myself. Do I... what? I lift up my hand and slowly press it against her cheek. Monica?
Sayori is concerned.
Do you feel my hand? Yes? What's this about? Are you okay?
Yeah, they don't experience it. It's just you. It's just you, girlie.
I shake my head once again as I remove my hand. I couldn't feel her. It's nothing. I was just checking something.
Yeah. Yeah, for yourself. Not for Sayori's sake. Oh no. Yeah, things aren't gonna get better for Monty anytime soon, are they? Yeah. Things are pretty grim this episode, I have to say. First we had the big fight with Sayori and our boy at the sleepover the two of them were supposed to have. And now this. Now we're seeing like the full effects of what the Epiphany is doing to Monica. This is a concept I've really wanted to see explored in a mod ever since I played that discontinued demo for a mod called Monica's Prologue. And man, yeah, it is delivering on giving us a window into just what that's like for Monica here. It's something I really wanted to see explored more, so I'm glad this mod is doing it justice. Yeah. It's some freaky shit, when you see it, directly from her perspective. How she's slowly realizing, what her world exactly is. Okay, next time I play a shitpost mod, I'll name myself Bean. How about that?
Sayori looks around the room and spots her folder on my desk from the day prior. I never opened it. Not even once. I never had to. I left my folder here. Is that what this is about? I struggle to come up with a proper response. I wasn't ready to share those.
Tell her you didn't look.
Hey, I want to let you know that I'm here for you.
You should have just told her that you didn't read them. That's what you should have done.
This won't change anything. I'm still your friend.
This is sounding very discombobulated.
And you're my vice president.
I'm not sure what Monica's doing here.
I want us to keep working together on this club. And not just for my sake, for the both of us. I believe that we can truly make this club special for everyone in it. I don't want you to worry about me. That's the last thing I want. Lines of text begin flying around me, making it incredibly hard to concentrate. But I stay focused. That's not what I meant. This is about the club. I understand if you don't want to share anything now, but this is the literature club. I struggle to hide the pain in my face, but I hold strong. This is a place where people will be able to express themselves in ways that they normally wouldn't be able to. That's the vision. No, it's our vision. So, Sayori, promise me you'll remember that, okay? She smiles, and I can't help but return that smile. Sayori, I hope that one day you'll trust me.
That was a really odd scene.
So much for all that, huh? I never wanted to believe it. But as soon as we hugged, deep down, I already knew. You were just as fake as everything else around me. I wonder, if I had never become aware of this world, this game, where would we be today?
In a very different place. Where you wouldn't be sitting on the upper monitor of my computer right now. And we wouldn't have this amazing game. That's where we would be. In a very different world.
I guess it doesn't do me any good to think about that now. I have to keep moving forward.
Yeah! Act 3. Happy end. My new reality. Really now? Okay, so we're starting Act 3 today. I did not realize we were so close to the end of Act 2 last time. I paced back and forth on my front porch. So here we go. We're gonna do a couple days of Act 3, and then we're gonna call it a night, I guess. Plan to go for at least another hour and a half, so I don't gotta worry about me shutting things down just yet. It's way too early for that. I've only been going for a little over an hour. And yes, I see you up there rolling your eyes. You want me to just go to bed right now, but as much as you don't like it, that's just not how my work schedule works. Yesterday's argument with Sayori still doesn't feel real. Feels like I can waltz right up to her front door and say hello. But I can't do that. She didn't respond to my goodnight message last night, which only made my anxiety spike. I have to trust her. I have to trust her. I repeat these words to myself out loud, trying to convince myself that she'll be okay. But every single time I close my eyes, I get flashbacks to that night. Yeah, he's definitely making this hard on himself. Monica is just giving you those bedroom eyes. I don't know if that's what I would call that look, but whatever you want to say. The sheer trauma of it all is embedded in my head, affecting every single decision I make. Regarding her, at least. Yeah, that argument between our boy and Sayori really was something. Like, that got pretty heavy. Got pretty heated. I take a look at my phone, half hoping to see a text from her. No, we just need to let time heal this one. Well, it's Saturday. I don't really feel like doing any homework right now. Maybe Monica can help me with this issue. I don't know if Monica's the one you want to go see right now, given what we just saw. I don't know, man. I don't know. I remember her, and I did have a short conversation about Suri and what she's been through. And I know they both have a history with each other, one that I'm not completely aware of. So maybe it could do us both some good. We can only hope. Please don't be crazy. Oh, she answered. Monica clearly answers, but she remains silent. Whoa!
Hello? Ben?
Yeah, it's me. Sorry if this is kind of sudden.
Not at all. I wasn't really doing much anyway. What's on your mind?
I was wondering if we could meet up somewhere and grab a coffee. I wanted to talk about some things.
I see. Sure. I could always go for some coffee.
Yeah. Who doesn't? And again, I see you rolling your eyes because you know I'm not a coffee drinker. Which is just blasphemous to you, but what can I say? I'm not a coffee guy. I do know to never let you go without your coffee, though. Because that all ends disastrously. Great, I'll meet you there. We didn't even agree on a location. We didn't even agree on a coffee shop, though. I guess we just know to meet at the coffee shop, implying there isn't more than one in town? Like, eh? Come on now. I hang up the call and head back inside to freshen up a bit. I make my way into the city and head towards the cafe. It's a wonderful day. The temperature is nice and the general vibe indicates the holidays are around the corner. Ah, so it's fall. I see Monica in the distance, moving her head in all sorts of directions as she observes the world around her. Hey, Monica. Nice to see you. Yeah. Casual Monty. Hey, Ben. Nice to see you, too. Shall we head inside? After you, Madam President. Ah. Nothing better than the smell of freshly baked goodies on a Saturday. You sounded just like Sayori just now. Just pointing out the smell of cookies make anybody of Sayori now? No, it's just a comment Sayori would make, that's all. I stay silent as I find myself only thinking about the weekend. Monica and I get in line and study the menu. So, what was it you wanted to talk about? Let's order first, then we'll talk. It's kind of personal. Oh. Okay, sure. We stay pretty silent while we wait for our turn to order, with the occasional small talk about what to order and what coffee she drinks. We both order a small coffee and head to a table. Ah, come on, you're not even going to give me specifics? Come on now. Oh, that's just rude. Alrighty. So, if you might have already guessed, it's about Sayori. Yeah. I figured this was going to be about her. Did something happen between you two? Yeah, something pretty major, actually. Oh, I see. We had a pretty big fight last night. I got really upset. I paused for a minute before mentioning her medication. Doesn't feel right to talk about stuff that personal with someone other than her. Well, I got upset at the fact that she's not taking care of herself. You got upset? When she didn't take care of herself? You told a depressed girl that? You know, in retrospect, it wasn't my smartest move. That's alright, I understand. It must be tough to see her suffering like that. It really is. I think I must have just snapped. Had enough of that shit. Absolutely, yup. Was so frustrated that I wasn't really getting through to her. And how did she react? Not well. Well, naturally, she got upset at me too. And I think I finally revealed how I've been feeling about all this to her. Was putting up a front. I wanted to show her that taking care of her wasn't a burden. Oh, and you proved that it was? I guess so. I guess you were right. Huh? Right about what? What you said to me a few weeks ago. You gotta remember, this stuff is all just a blur to Monica. That Sayori doesn't want to be helped. Oh. Well, that wasn't really right of me to say in hindsight. I've been going through some rough times myself. Yeah, you don't say. Your face shows it, and it's been showing it for a while now. Think I was letting my frustrations out, and that wasn't right of me to do. She stays silent for a while. Would you mind if I talked to her about all of this? Place my hands on the table and begin to fidget around with my fingers. Is that a good idea? I mean, Monica and Sayori are close friends, right? You don't think she'd be upset at you getting into her business? I don't think so. Her and I used to be close after all. Used to? Yeah. That's another wound for another day.
but I'd still like to try. I can see how much she means to you.
Hold on, I'm plugging that into Google. Damn it, I was hoping to see some fan art of like a dollar bill or something with Monica's face on it. Nope. No dice. Okay, this is the closest I'm seeing to what I was looking for. Here. Here it is. That's the closest I'm seeing. Dude, somebody should try to no, I was gonna say put it in like an image generator, but no, somebody just make a fan art of that. Just make like a dollar bill, except like or like a coin, like a penny or a quarter or something with Monica's face on it, and just put "In Monaco We Trust" instead. And don't even give me that look. Don't pretend that wouldn't be awesome. If somebody minted a coin that looks like that, I would totally buy one.
I'll see if she's available to hang out tomorrow, and I'll let you know how things go. Is that okay?
Alright. I'll trust you on this one. Monica and I both take a sip of coffee at the same time. Cheers. By the way, you've been looking more tired than usual lately. Is everything alright? Somebody finally mentions the bags under her eyes. Like, goddamn. They've been there the whole freaking time, and somebody finally brings it up. Good lord. Sorry, it's probably rude of me to assume. I guess I'm just a little worried is all. Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, I guess I've just been letting my work pile up on me. But thanks for showing concern. I appreciate that.
No problem. It's funny. I don't think I ever saw myself sitting here talking to you about Sayori and stuff.
Oh? Why?
It's kind of silly, really. The thing you said about Sayori and what happened with Yuri did make me a bit hesitant to trust you. Being said, seeing how tired you are and all the stuff you've got going on, I understand.
What?
Monica is surprised. Yeah, it's kind of admirable, really. How much you seem to be trying to make up for things and your willingness to help me with Sayori.
But why?
Monica does not understand. This does not compute. It's pretty obvious that you and Sayori haven't really been 100% with each other. But despite all that, the both of you still care for each other. At least from what I can see. So, even if it sounds kind of dumb, I figured that you would understand where I'm coming from with all of this.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad you think that of me, Ben. I do understand how you're feeling. I really do.
Ah, that's what I got pinged about. I was like, wait, why do I have a Discord ping?
And I promise to do the best that I can to help you and Sarah get back together. As friends first, of course. Don't want to jump the gun.
I looked down at my coffee. Yeah, thanks, Monica. I appreciate it. We let the conversation drift to more lighthearted topics as we finish our coffee. We don't really go back to the topic of Sayori. We mostly stick to stuff that revolves around the school and the club. Throughout our conversation, Monica had noticeable long pauses in which she stared off into the distance or looked around the room frantically, as if she was looking for something. Yeah, that's that epiphany playing tricks on her. Didn't think to question that, though. No, you couldn't possibly understand. Your peanut brain cannot hope to comprehend that. Thanks again for coming out with me. I really needed it.
Of course. We're friends after all. It's what we do.
Yeah. See you around then. Monica waves goodbye and heads in the opposite direction. I make the trek back home and think about Sayori. I'm not really sure what I just agreed to back there. Getting one of my friends involved in Sayori and I's drama this directly might not have been the best idea to go through with. But they're good friends. I've even go as far as to say they're better friends than her and I are. Well, at least as of recently. But then there's that wound Monica brought up. Something happened between the two of them. Clearly not big enough for them to not be on speaking terms, but also not small enough to where they're still the same friends as they once were. I pull up my phone and open up Sayori's messages. Without thinking, I type "You doing okay?" and hit send. I stare at the messages for a bit, contemplating why I bothered her with this after the fight we had. I don't know. Seems pretty harmless to me. Probably won't be seen that way by Sayori, just a thought. I let out a sigh and place my phone back into my pocket. As much as this situation sucks, I've got to work on myself now. Even if things don't work out the way I'd like them to. I have to take better care of myself and my grades. So that's all she really wanted me to do for her. It's a shame it took all of this for me to realize that. A few hours go by. In that time, I've contacted a few of my teachers to discuss makeup work, studied up for a few upcoming exams, and got various missing assignments completed. This is probably the hardest I've worked on anything school-related in a while. I sit back in my chair and let out a sigh. Pull up my phone. Oh shit, Sarah responded. It's a simple thumbs up emoji in response to my previous question, but a response nonetheless. And hey, that's something. I put my phone back down and lean over in my chair. I wish this was easier to manage. This paranoia and fear that I have. I mean, it means I only care about her a lot, right? But I can't lie to myself and say I'm not sticking around to ease my own guilt either. It's time I've faced that honestly. I don't really know how I'm supposed to be honest about that with her. But the way she's always on my mind, the way I've let myself go in order to make sure she's okay, even if that's the last thing she wanted me to do. I guess only now I'm starting to realize how utterly serious Sayori's depression really is. I've been an awful friend to her. Even after all this time, I've struggled to be that friend she sees me as. And I can't help but feel like this is a sign that things aren't really going to work out between us. Oof. But I don't want to just give up. I don't want to give up on her. This sounds like sunk cost fallacy to me. He spent so much time with her that he can't just let her go. I want to try to understand everything she's feeling. I want to understand where I went wrong. Yep, he wants to make things right. But in order to do that, she has to talk to me. And that's a whole other can of worms to open up. I sigh again and prepare myself to tackle more schoolwork. I hope this isn't the end for us, Sayori. We can only hope. Alright, off we go. Into a new day. Monica's POV.
Let's see how things are going with Monty here. I feel it. That same feeling. Oh. I stumble over slightly, but regain my bearings. That feeling. Something changes dramatically in the code during these moments, and I can never grasp what it is. But I have a much bigger concern now. Sayori. Today is the day I'm supposed to meet her at her house. I open up our messages from a few hours prior. Her messages seemed cold and dry, which only worries me even more. Otherwise, she agreed to meet up with me at her place. I placed my fingers on my eyebrows and groaned to myself. I shouldn't be worried. She said herself she'd like to be friends again, after all. I look at my school bag, resting on a chair across the room. Inside it is that note she left me. That note is proof that she's willing to try again. And that could be the last thing I need to save myself.
No, I think that's just gonna keep going up no matter what you do. Like, this isn't some sort of judgment towards the way that you're handling things. Like, you just triggered some sort of process in the computer that this is running on, and it's, you know, slowly resetting.
But even in my own mind, I'm growing increasingly disgusted with myself and the thoughts I'm having. Every ounce of my being wants this to be the solution to all my problems, and yet, I can't deny what my heart feels. I miss Sayori. I miss our friendship. I wish I could tuck these feelings away and lock them up forever. But I can't. Before heading out, I decided to give Sayori a call to let her know I'm on my way. As my fingers hover over the call button, I begin to shiver. Ghastly memories of everything I've tried doing are flooding in. I wanted you gone. I needed you gone. But I need you now. I hit call and slowly place the phone up to my ear. I take a deep breath and regain my composure. Hello? A very empty-sounding Sayori answers the phone. Hey, Sayori. I just wanted to call and see if we're still on for today. I was about to head out. She stays quiet for a few seconds. Sure. Alright then, see you there.
Sarah doesn't seem too enthused.
Okay, bye. And just like that, the first phone call I've made to Sayori in a long time ends. This Ben situation must have really thrown her off the deep end. I wouldn't want something bad to happen to her. Even back then, I never truly wanted her to... Shake my head and head into the bathroom to get changed. I can no longer use the console to change my clothes, so... the manual way will have to do.
Yep, you'll just have to change clothes like a regular human being.
After a short 10-minute trek, I arrive in Sayori's neighborhood. From memory, I'm able to recall exactly where both Ben and Sayori live, despite never personally visiting either of them. Hopefully that's a detail Sayori can overlook. I reach Sayori's front door and knock gently. Good morning, Monica.
Wow. Yeah. No shit, Monty.
Her tone completely contrasts the tone she had over the phone. It's 2 in the afternoon, Sayori. Well, it is? Guess I lost track of time again. Happens to the best of us. May I come in? Of course. Mi's casa is su casa.
Hey, she got it right this time.
Sayori happily lets me and does a little spin before inviting me to sit on the couch. Sorry if the place is a mess. A mess? It doesn't look messy at all. I'd say it's even cleaner than my own house. Oh, you're just saying that to be nice. I am happy you're here, though. Was there anything you wanted to talk about? I walk over and sit myself down next to Sayori on the couch. Upon closer inspection, her neck seems to be lazily covered up with concealer. Yeah. And even though she's giving me a friendly smile, I can recognize that somber look she's always given me for so long. Well, I should first ask how you're feeling. You doing okay?
That would be.
It's been quite some time since we've gotten together to talk like this. Yeah, it really has. I missed it. I've been doing okay, though. I'm just trying to get through each day little by little. That's good to hear. There isn't anything else you'd like to talk about? Nope. Sayori keeps on smiling, doing her best to hide the pain she's probably in at the moment. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about Ben. About you and Ben. He came to me for advice and I said I'd talk to you about this. I wanted to see you two succeed, and he really does seem to care about you.
Oh. Yeah, she doesn't look too enthused about this topic, as I would expect.
Did he tell you everything? Enough to know that you guys are having some trouble. We're all friends, and I want what's best for the two of you. Wait. That doesn't make any sense. What about what you told me in the club that day? How can I believe what you're saying when you told me that Ben didn't love me?
When did that happen? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, ho, 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 ho. If you don't get it, or you're not familiar with the base game, the weekend before Sayori attempts to take her own life in Act 1, Monica goes and talks to Sayori about something, but we never hear what that was about. And to this day, we still don't know what it is the two of them talked about. But this mod, in its timeline, is saying that's what they talked about. That's what drove her and Monica apart in this timeline. That was the big inciting incident. Because, then, our boy did what he did to save Sayori, and now we're here, all this time later. Oh boy. Yeah, this mod is putting a spin on some of the things that we have seen in the base game. And I'm here for it.
I feel my face turn red and my palms sweat. Subconsciously cross my legs and feel my heart beat extremely fast and hard. Sayori doesn't seem upset in the slightest. Her look of innocence and slight confusion is hitting me in my core. I want to run. I don't want to face this anymore. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. It just came out.
No, you have every right to bring that up, Sayori. If that was the inciting incident that drove the two of you apart after what happened.
You're right, anyway. He basically told me himself. It was all out of pity. I showed too much of my true self to him, and now I feel like I'm ruining his life just by being here. Sayori, I was going through a lot at that time. I didn't mean... You did mean it.
Hey, what's up, Samuel? How are you doing tonight?
And I knew you were already going through something. I always knew. I just never really knew what. And after everything you told me, I figured I should just give you space. I looked down at my knees. Maybe I did. At the time, I thought what I was saying was the right thing to say. I got too lost in my own head, my own goals. I grew resentful, bitter. I don't think I can ever go into detail as to what's going on in my life. I wouldn't even know where to start if I did. But you were right. You were right about everything. I should have listened to you instead of being the selfish girl I always have been. Sayori. But it's okay. I still see you as one of my closest friends. I trust you. Even though I did drift away from you a bit after that day, I still consider you one of my bestest friends.
Oh, damn.
How can you? How can I not? We all have things that make us act irrationally.
Yeah. Case in point.
Or sometimes we say things that we think we mean, when deep down we really don't. Even if I don't fully know what it is you're going through, I completely understand. My lips begin to quiver as my true feelings begin to seep through the cracks. Who am I even kidding anymore? Who am I trying to fool at this point? Sayori. I look up at her, who seems shocked at my current expression. You have no idea how difficult it is for me to believe anything you say. I figured you'd say that. Way back when we first met, you started showing signs of that. Always lost in your own mind. But you used to be different. You were there for me. You wanted what was best for the club. You changed once Ben got involved. But I understand you. I know what it's like to not believe what anybody tells me. The voice in my head is a lot more convincing.
Oof.
Is that what happened between you and Ben? Did you guys have a fight about that? Yeah. I said some things I didn't mean, even if I did mean them in the moment. Part of me wishes I could take it all back, but I know that Ben and I probably aren't ever going to work out the way I wanted us to. I should apologize for not listening to you back then. I'm still pretty selfish. Sayori, I don't want you to give up. You two have proven a lot to me, and I'm ready to admit I was wrong. What I'd like for you to do now is talk to me. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to help you get through this. Part of me wants to believe you, but I'm sure you already know. It's very hard for me to do that. I nod slowly to show my understanding. I keep thinking to myself, that me and Ben weren't meant to work out. I can't just erase what I did. I can't erase all the trouble I've put on him. It doesn't feel right to put all that extra weight on him. So, even when you say you didn't mean any of the things you said to me before, you were right about it all in the end. Sayori looks at me with such sincerity that it's proof she's completely sure of the words she's saying. In her mind, she thinks it's over. Her and Ben aren't going to work out. The darkness in my mind is ecstatic over this idea. I slightly wave a few of my fingers in the air. I hear you. That's all I really know what to say here. But I promise you that I hear and understand what you're saying. She smiles. I know I'm making this difficult. One of the few things I do best. What I don't understand is, why does my heart want something completely different from what I'm thinking? This funny little thing called depresso espresso. What does your heart want? I want Ben to still be there for me. I want him to hold me tightly and tell me that everything is okay. I also wish he could understand me a bit better. I know that's selfish of me, but it's what my heart wants. He's the one that told me to try and listen to my heart more. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just so tired. I'm tired of the constant battles I have with myself. Internal struggles, huh? Can't really say I know how to help with that. I've got quite a few of those myself. They seem to really affect you. You try so hard to hide it, but it really seems to be putting a lot of stress on your shoulders. I can't help but chuckle a bit at the realization that Zuri's basically been seeing right through me without me noticing. You hide things too, you know. That's only because I've already hurt everyone so much with what I've done. I'm trying so hard to make up for all of it. Her lips begin to quiver immensely. She's trying to hold everything in. Hey, take a deep breath and prepare myself for what I'm about to do. Everything is okay, Sayori. You don't have to try so hard for us anymore. Flashes of my previous states of mind begin to rush around in my head. Memories of everything I wanted to do to this girl. Let it out. I'm right here. I hesitate slightly before opening up my arms and inviting her for a hug. I jolt as Sarah lets out a loud cry and embraces me. I can feel everything. I slowly wrap my arms around her, letting her tears soak into my clothes. Huh. What changed? What changed? Because we saw earlier tonight that as the epiphany's begun taking hold and starting to affect her, she wasn't able to feel these types of things before. Something has changed. That's a soundboard idea. Yep, there we go. Yes, I am taking down some notes, Monty. I close my eyes and wave my fingers in the air once again. Frustration and fear begin to build up inside me. Does the game think I'm not sincere enough?
No, you're interpreting this thing all wrong, is what your problem is. Oh, if only I had a way to communicate that to you.
Or is it possible that my fate was sealed the moment my epiphany struck? I gently rubbed Sayori's back. I know I'm not being manipulative here. I really do care about this girl. You're doing a great job, Sayori. I know it's really hard to believe that. But I've seen you from the sidelines. You've made amazing improvements and have grown so much since the day we met. I know I let our friendship fade, but I'd like to fix that. You just have to let me.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
I don't know if I can. I just lost Ben. I don't want to lose you, too. You haven't lost anybody. He's still willing to try for you. She hugs me tighter. I know it hurts to know that. I begin to feel a feeling I've never felt before. Feeling of connection as Sarah tightens her embrace.
Mani discovering things about herself.
Not sure if this is because of my hyper-awareness, but I can almost feel the endless wave of thoughts in her head. Stupid pills. Sorry, I got so annoyed with them, Mani. And I feel so guilty. I threw them all away because they just weren't helping. Every single time I took them, every single time Ben brought them up, it was a reminder of what I did to myself and what I did to everyone. And I'm so stupid for letting him find out. I just wish I had some magical button that could make me better. I just wish I could make all of this go away. You're very strong, Sayori. The strongest girl I've ever met. But now, more than ever, I just feel like a complete burden on everyone. Everyone is just forced to put up with me because of what I did to myself. And I really, really hate it. I hate all of it. Sayori's voice is quivering and shaking violently as she speaks, struggling to hold in the overwhelming emotions that she's kept bottled up for so long. I don't want to have these thoughts. I don't. And now you're here, putting up with my crap like Ben is. Her composure is all but present, and as the number increases, I'm beginning to lose mine. I take a deep breath and hide the console from view to avoid the harsh reality of my situation.
Oh, I wish I could communicate to you that that thing doesn't mean what you think it does. Oh. You just triggered some sort of process in the code.
Even just for a moment. Because it is this moment, for the first time since she walked in through those doors, that I want to be here for her. I'm not just putting up with you, nor is anybody. Not Natsuki, not Yuri, not Ben. We're just being your friends. I can't just make these thoughts go away. Trust me. But what I can do is assure you that you don't have to face these internal battles by yourself. I may have done a horrible job at showing it in the beginning, but I want you to know that you really, really mean a lot to me and everyone else in the club. Without you, things wouldn't have been the same. You brought happiness to the club, and you still do. Wasn't that one of your favorite things to do? I feel her slowly nod. Sarah and I continue to share this embrace. I let out a few tears myself, not making sure to control my breathing. The harsh reality of all this is, deep down, I know I'm still doing this for myself. I can't ignore my own instincts. I'm trying to do everything I can to stop the reset, even if it means letting go of my defenses and showing my true feelings. Sayori was and is my first true friend in this world. The feeling of warmth and connection with another person starts to hammer itself into my mind. I smile and hug Sayori tightly, trying to make the hug last for as long as I can. She suddenly giggles. I guess this is the power of hug energy.
Oh, that's a nice reference. That's a really nice reference, game. Okay. That line gets a fucking award. That line gets a fucking award. Oh. That was good. That was a good moment. I'll give this mod that. That was a good moment. If you don't get it, in the Plus OST, there's a track named Hug Energy. And it's really good. So yeah, that was a nice reference, game. That was a very nice reference.
I smile and pat Sayori's back. You said it.
Okay, I really liked that scene. That was good. That was good. I really enjoyed that.
After a few more minutes, we both decide that our conversation is over for today. Still, I never really felt ready to fully face my previous mental states. I guess I'm just afraid of taking all of that at face value. Even just thinking about it starts to sicken me to my stomach. More so knowing that it's still there, welling up deep inside. It's only bad because, if presented with an opportunity to turn things in my favor, would I take it? Sayori and I both walk outside and take a moment to breathe in some fresh air. So, Mani, huh? I don't think you've called me that in a while. He flips out from time to time. Well, it's nice to hear. I'm glad you think so. Thanks for coming over to see me, by the way. Of course! We should try to do this more often. I think I'd like that. By the way, I have an idea for what we can do in the club meeting this week. I'm sure you'll love it. Oh? Alright, let's hear it then. I want to keep it a secret. I want to hear how the whole club reacts to it. Ooh, a surprise club activity. I'm down.
As long as it doesn't involve anything illegal, I'm there.
I guess that means you and Ben are still going to show up? I don't know about that. I'd like for him to, but I'd understand if he needed to take some time away from it. And what about you? You don't need a break? Nope. I'd like for things to try and go back to the way they used to be. Don't worry about Ben and me. I think I can try to talk to him when I'm ready.
Yep, that's what needs to happen here. Sayori needs to go to him.
Alright then. I'll see you tomorrow. Just text me if you need anything. Bye, Monica. Sayori does a happy little wave and heads back inside. I take a moment to observe my surroundings again, taking in the still unfamiliar feeling of the outside world. My heart sinks a bit as I remember the reset progress hasn't stopped. Not even for a bit. I don't even want to look at where it's at now.
Do it.
The only thing that's really beginning to set in is the reality of this situation. This is, of course, assuming a reset means my memories are wiped, or if I'm deleted from the world altogether. Either way, it doesn't sound good. I slowly make my way back home, telling myself that maybe, just maybe, this world would be better off without me anyway.
Don't you go and say that, Mon. No! No! Now you're the one starting to sound like Sayori. Oh. That was short. Ooh. I like the electric guitar cover of one of the themes here. It's nice. I look around a bit aimlessly, realizing I don't really have a proper place to sit. There's a couple of guys I know from class to sit together as a group, but enough time has passed in the school year that I don't really want to shoehorn myself into their group for no reason. I'm just being a wuss about this stuff, though. Gasiri is sitting in her usual table all by herself, picking away at her food and barely eating. Is it time to bite the bullet? Ah, to hell with it! It's the worst that can happen. She tells me to leave? Exactly. I slowly make my way over to Sayori's table, with each step I take becoming increasingly difficult to carry out. She spots me coming her way and immediately looks back down at her food. Hey, Sayori. She turns to look at me, trying her best to look a little surprised.
Hey, Ben.
What's up? Is this seat taken? She blinks a few times. It's almost like I see her brain process what I just asked. Yeah, she's a little slow today. That's all.
Sure.
She smiles, which eases my worries instantly. Well, most of them, anyway. I sit myself down on a seat across from her as she returns to picking at her food. What you got there?
Me?
Just some food. We know that. What kind of food, dummy? Yeah, no duh. She tries to stay silent and returns to her plate. Or stays silent, rather, excuse me. This is harder than I thought. It's not exactly the silent treatment, but I'd argue that what she's doing now is even worse. I assume now isn't the right time to talk about that.
I don't know if I'm ready to face that right now.
Right. I understand. We can just enjoy each other's company for now, right? She nods in response. I let out a soft sigh of relief as I get ready to eat. Sarah and I don't really say much to each other throughout the lunch period. Minus a few questions like, how was your weekend, or did you finish your homework? Period.
Hey, will you be at the club meeting today?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be there?
Okay. Just checking.
I'm assuming she probably thinks I won't be going because of what happened. Even before seeing her today, I knew that I wouldn't miss the club even if it ends up being a bit awkward. I know I shouldn't rush Sayori into things, but I would love to get things off my chest now. Maybe this rough spot is exactly what I need to push me in the right direction. Well, hi Natsuki. I was starting to think this session felt a little incomplete, because we haven't seen you at all yet.
Hey guys, how are your weekends? Hey Natsuki, my weekend was great. What about yours?
Sarah's entire demeanor changes as soon as Natsuki shows up. Yeah, she's being nice to her friend. I'm not exactly opposed to this, though. Having everyone in the club know about Sarah and I's drama isn't what I need right now. That's not what anyone needs. Let's not do that. And Sarah probably feels the same way. Meh, it was okay. I really need to get out of the house a little more. My dad can be really exhausting sometimes. Yeah, I'm sure. Aww. Do you want to hang out after the club meeting? I could use a little break too. Sure, that sounds fun. We don't really get to hang out that much. It's nice to see Sarah take a little bit of initiative here. It is. Her being willing to hang out with other people instead of keeping to herself is a good sign. Speaking of the club, what do you think of the book we chose? Monica said she was going to provide them for us, right? Yep, it's the book called Truman's Story. Oh yeah, that one. Great, I'll see you two at the club then. I promised Yuri I'd meet up with her for lunch at the library, so that's where I'm going. Alrighty, have fun with that, Nat. Okay, see you later then. Nice to see she's trying to hang out with some other friends now, don't you think? Yeah, I'm glad to see that too. Sarai falls pretty silent again, but she doesn't seem as distant as she did just a few moments ago. Ah, by the way, you asked me earlier about my homework, right? I've caught up on most of my stuff already. It honestly wasn't that difficult. Oh, that's great to hear too. Right. We stayed pretty much silent for the rest of the lunch period, with both of us now spending time on our phones. Not a good sign. I'm mostly trying to distract myself from the sheer awkwardness that is this entire conversation. But it's not entirely shocking considering where our relationship is at the moment. I just wonder if things are ever going to get better soon. Give it time, boy. Give it time. All the problems I ended up mentioning during our argument aren't just going to go away, even if things did get patched up. So what do I want out of this? I guess I want... No. I need for us to solve these problems together. Hey, Sayori? I know you said it isn't the right time right now, but I'll keep it brief. Whenever you're ready to talk about things, just let me know. I'm always gonna be around. Okay, I'll remember that. Glad to hear it. And just like that, lunch is over. I walk into the room just as Monica places all of the books down on the desk. It's this theme. I've heard this theme in a few other mods. Somebody remind me to go back through this mod's OST so I can pluck out that one. I've been meaning to put that in Moss for a while. Yeah, now your tune changes as soon as I say that. God damn it, you. I just like the vibe this song has. Like, this is the type of music I want to listen to when we're playing a casual game of, like, Hangman or chess or something. At the same time, Natsuki, Yuri, and Siri all walk in together. Oh, hey, look at that! Everyone's here at the same time for once. Yeah, I guess everyone is excited to get reading. I just hope this book is actually interesting and not some boring slog to get through. Man, always negative, aren't you, Natsuki? When was the last time you picked up a novel that wasn't a manga, though? Okay, everyone. Let's not start an argument on the first day of the week. We aren't fighting, Monica.
Haven't you already gotten used to our friendly banter? Right.
That's how Natsuki wants to portray it anyway.
Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about this new idea I had for the club. I'm surprised you didn't know what I was talking about the other day, Monica. I've tried asking about it before, but I guess you just forgot or something. The idea I had is to have a group therapy session with everyone.
You know, this is reminding me of a mod that I never finished called Act 5. Where basically our boy takes up that mantle and does the exact thing that Sierra's talking about here. Nothing really. What's up with you, me and my dad? Welcome to the chat. Man, I got something in my eye. It's like it's like a hair or something. Alright. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Oh, is YouTube not letting you change your username now? Did you change it too many times? Is that what happened?
Oh, yeah. I remembered you mentioning something like that to me a while ago.
Yeah, I don't know how that works with YouTube. You know, if there's only a certain number of times you can change it before you have to wait. I'd look into it.
I don't see why not. What does everyone else think? I think it's a wonderful idea.
That's alright. I'll be here.
They say the best form of stress relief is talking things out with people you trust. And I do trust you guys after all.
Monica smiles a little. I can imagine she has a lot on her mind to share as well, considering everything that's happened over the last month or so. I think that sounds great, Sayori. She really helped get things off our chests.
Yeah. How does tomorrow sound? Remember, this club is a safe place for everyone. You guys can share anything you feel like, and none of it shall ever leave this room. Yeah! I love being able to help my friends.
And I don't have to worry about sharing my awful poems either. Sounds like a plan to me. Nice job, boy.
They weren't terrible, Ben.
This is probably the most emotion Siri has shown me in the last few days. I guess I nearly forgot about how passionate she is about poetry in general. Ah! You're just saying that to be nice, Sayori. It's okay.
Well, I don't think so. I think they're great poems because they're Ben poems.
Well, can't argue with that logic. Yeah, I mean, how are you supposed to argue with that? Welcome back. They are, in fact, poems that belong to me. Quite a lot, actually, yeah. Means you got something to watch a little bit later, though. Oh, did you figure out how to change it? Alrighty.
He does bring up a good point, though. It can get pretty tough having to write poems all the time, even though the practice is good. I wouldn't be opposed to a day where we didn't have to worry about which poem to write next. It's settled then. We will have our first group therapy session tomorrow.
You wish more mods had voice acting? That is a lot of work to do, though, depending on the length of the mod, so I understand why a lot of mods don't bother. Like, that is definitely going above and beyond, you know, having everything fully voice acted. That does sound fun. Speaking of music, I want to grab this track. I gotta find out which track this is in the game's OST so I can yoink it. Because I've heard this track in a few different mods. Oh, I love the vibe that it has. It's so nice. It's so nice to listen to.
Be there or be square. Sounds good. And now, back to the book we decided on.
Monica hands each of us the book we chose. Truman's Story. Follow the adventures of a man who has had his entire life documented from the very moment he was born, the synopsis reads. Seems interesting enough. Still have to work on that track I told you guys I was trying to work on that was inspired by a project Monica and her boy were working on in the Within mod. There's a chance it may not have lyrics. Yeah. Maybe you should get someone to help with that, though. Take a crack at it. Because, yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. I can't get enough of that. Seriously, every time this track does that, I just have to bob my head. I love it. So... this isn't like a school assignment or anything like that, is it? Aussie person, hello. How are ya?
Oh, no, this is all just for fun. We'll all agree to read up to a certain chapter, then we'll discuss our thoughts on it once we all get there. I wouldn't make you all write a book report on it or anything. Ah, that's a shame. I was already going to get started on a 5,000 word report on the first 5 chapters.
God damn it, Yuri. No! I detect sarcasm in that statement.
No, you were not.
Yes, it is sarcasm. I figured, Aussie person. Welcome back. I'm glad you figured out how to get your username changed. Could have fooled me with how seriously she delivered that line. So our boy is not that good at picking up on sarcasm. Seriously, I love this track.
Could we read a chapter or two today? I think it could be nice for us to just group read, like we used to when the club first started. That's a wonderful idea. I do wonder why we never kept that up. We had one reading session at the beginning, but things did get a bit more chaotic when Ben joined. Not that it's your fault or anything. I didn't mean it like that.
Take it that way, don't worry. Sure, being the only guy in the club shook up some previous dynamics you all had going.
It sure was fun, though. And you bring up a good point, Yuri. You only ever had one group reading session at the very start. I miss those. They were very relaxing. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Wait for me!
In a flash, both Sayori and Natsuki take their seats in some desks and open up their books.
I'll begin as well, then. Monica, Ben, are you going to join us?
Right behind you.
Of course! I just need to get situated, but I'll join everyone in a bit.
Yuri heads to a desk next to Natsuki, sits herself down and begins to read. I follow suit. Taking a desk that isn't too far from Sayori's, but not too close either. Monica, on the other hand, heads to the front of the room to organize some papers.
Let me put on some relaxing music for everyone. That way the room isn't painfully quiet.
Okay, interesting take.
I look up from my book and take a quick glance around the room. Okay. Each of the girls are all deep within the pages of the novel, each of their eyes moving from left to right and only ever pausing to turn the pages. Of course, the girl I'm observing most is Sayori. She licks her finger every time she turns a page and seems to bite her lips every once in a while. I'm not sure how many chapters we're supposed to read right now, but I've already made it to the 5th chapter within 30 minutes. Not sure if that makes me a fast or a slow reader, but I seem to be ahead of everyone else. Depends on how long each chapter is, I'd say. The room is completely silent, minus the music Monica decided to put on while we read. Not gonna lie, this is just a straight downgrade. I would have rather had the music we had before. I noticed Sarah lift her head up and take a quick glance at me before immediately returning to her book. I sigh through my nose and begin thinking about this past weekend again and how that all turned out. Don't let it weigh you down too much. Don't think about it too much. There's a part of me that just wants us to go back to the way things used to be, but then I remember that the way things were probably wasn't the best kind of relationship to begin with. It feels awful to admit that to myself, because after everything she's been through, I still couldn't keep my promise. This music feels more ominous than relaxing, I have to say. Nah, that's not true. Can't be. Why am I thinking like this is the end of our friendship? Sure, this is a roadblock, but at the same time, wanting to keep on trying should mean something, right? I still want to be there for her and care for her like a true friend should. Like Yuri said, maintaining our friendship first is the priority here. I think today was enough. Eased into things a bit. She told me she wasn't ready to talk about it yet, and I have to be okay with that. I can't rush things. I shouldn't be worried, because I can see it in her eyes. She still wants to be my friend. Yet the fear of losing her makes me incredibly nervous. I take a peek at Sayori again. She's deeply engaged with the novel again, smiling a few times at the lighthearted dialogue that the protagonist displays from within. At this point, I imagine Sayori's traveled to that world, escaping this one and everything that holds her down. Yeah, stuff like this is supposed to be about escapism. I have to understand. The pain that Sayori is going through isn't something that just disappears. And the pain of her attempting suicide doesn't just disappear either. Exactly. I don't think I've had a single day where I haven't thought about what happened. But I think that all of this, our strained relationship, our big fight, it's all part of the healing process. At least that's what he's telling himself. Maybe I had too much on my plate, with Yuri's self-harm on top of everything else. It's no wonder I ended up cracking under the stress. But I should at least acknowledge myself for recognizing this. My next step in all of this, though, is to acknowledge that Sayori's pain is real. I've told myself that I already did in the past, but I don't think that was ever true. I was too obsessed with trying to understand every single little thing that she felt. I got lost and should have stopped and just showed my compassion. Yeah, take a step back. Instead, I've likely made her feel afraid to show her feelings around me. I wanted to be the person she could rely on and vent to, and I failed her in that regard. But now, I think it's time I picked up the pieces. I fall back to what I thought to myself earlier. Today was a good step in the right direction. She needs space, and I'll respect that. She'll be hanging out with Natsuki later today, and that's okay. I'll still support you from a distance. I'm thrown off my train of thought when the sound of a book closing enters my eardrums. Monica stands up from her desk, prompting all of us to look up from our books and direct our attention at her. Okay, everyone. I think we've all made some good progress in today's read. Uh-huh. Yeah, Though I can't help but wish this story be better told in manga format. That's just your way of saying you're enjoying the novel, isn't it?
Ugh, excuse me. My goodness. That's the lasagna I had before stream right there.
But yes, I've made some good progress. It's a wonderful story so far with a hint of mystery behind it.
I noticed I finished reading 5 chapters before everyone else. That or you guys just kept on reading. I don't think you needed to bring that up. Either way, that was surprisingly relaxing. I enjoyed it. Nice to actually get involved in some literature in the literature club for once.
Glad to hear everyone had a good time. That'll conclude today's meeting then. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Aw, that's fine, Aussie person. That's fine. This is the perfect type of thing to just put on in the background while you do dishes or, you know, play a game or whatever it is you're doing. Monica walks off to the front of the room to reorganize the same papers. I think she's just looking busy. Like, that's just her thing. Looking busy. That's your whole job, isn't it? Looking busy.
Hey, Sayori, we still on for today? Yes, ma'am. Did you have any ideas? Well, I wanted to ask if we could go to the grocery store and then hang out at your place. I want to bake some brownies today.
Ooh. Huh. I'll keep that in mind then, Aussie person. I will keep that in mind. If I mislabeled you earlier, then that's on me. I was not aware of that until now.
Ooh, I do like brownies. Sure, let's head out then.
And just like that, Zuri and Natsuki leave the club room. Zuri didn't even really look at me during that entire interaction. Just let her have fun with Natsuki. Tell myself again, she just needs space. That's all she needs. Noticing that Yuri and Monica are the only ones in the room, however, I crack. Well, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Well, I don't know what you're going to make art about, but best of luck with that. It was nice to meet you too, Aussie person. You have a good one. And I don't know what elephant in the room our boy is talking about here. Like, I'm confused. You both already know the story of what happened. Yeah? What's your point?
Monica knows as well? Ah, so you told Yuri about this.
Yeah. Sorry to get the both of you involved. I still have a lot on my mind, even after talking things out. Besides, I wanted to know how things went between you two the other day.
Right. I guess I should tell you all about that. I think she feels just as horrible as you do about everything. Wait, what am I missing here?
Ah, I had asked Monica to talk to Sayori for me. And, well?
To be honest, she misses you. But she isn't ready to really work through all this yet. And to give things to you straight, she was hurt by what you said. But she also wishes she could take back the things she said, too.
I look down in shame. I don't even think Sayori said anything that I'd take as mean-spirited or upsetting. She probably just feels bad. So, she isn't giving up on me?
I had to convince her not to. Unfortunately, she seemed pretty adamant that this was the end. But I was able to talk things through and get her to see that things aren't over just yet.
I see. I feel my eyes water, but I hold firm. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm just afraid. Afraid of losing her due to my own stupidity. As you all know, that already almost happened.
Don't blame yourself for that. It's not your fault.
It's really hard to believe that.
I wish I could tell you more. All I can guarantee is that this wasn't your fault. At all.
I remember back when Sayori was still in the hospital, Monika told me the same thing. Back then, it never really felt as sincere as it does right now. This time, she isn't even able to look at me while saying it. I'm guessing this has something to do with whatever it is that happened between you two. She suddenly freezes and looks directly at me.
She told you?
No, I don't think I'm supposed to know anything. These are just my assumptions.
I see. I'm sorry that I can't really say anything unless I know Sayori is okay with it.
Right. No, it's okay. I understand. All I needed to hear was that she isn't going to give up on me. Or I guess a better way to put it is she isn't going to give up on us. In quotations.
I'm sorry to hear you're feeling this way. But it's, as I said last week, you have to give her the time and space she needs.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. But I feel myself learning from this as well. Kinda made me realize I have to be watching out for myself just as much as I watch out for her. Scratch my head nervously. Dude, looking at Monika's face just makes me want to give her a hug. Like, oh my god. Oh, it just hurts to look at. Somebody give Monika a hug. Why is that always so difficult?
I think that just makes you a good person at heart. I think all of us struggle with loving and being kind to ourselves.
Oh boy.
I know I do.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It is. But like I've said, I think it's about time I changed things up and turned myself around. Just needed to get this out there with you guys. It's hard to keep this in, and to be honest, I don't know how appropriate this is going to be to bring up at the group therapy session tomorrow.
Well, you never know. Maybe she'll feel comfortable enough to tell all of us about it.
Maybe. We can only hope. It's a bit nerve-wracking for me. You need a W. Because, the way you spelled it, you're talking about, like, you know, a rack. A shelf. Whereas nerve-wracking, it means he's, scared shitless. English is hard. I understand.
I guess it's only because I could potentially be facing some things that I've kept tucked away for so long.
Yeah.
I get that. I feel the same way.
Yuri gently rubs her left arm. Yep, and that face on Monika says it all. I know, Sayori. At least I know enough to know she truly cares about everyone in this club. I didn't get to say it earlier, but her taking the initiative to not only hang out with Natsuki, but also to suggest a group therapy session with her friends, I'm sure that took some real strength from her. It's part of what makes me want to try so hard for her, too. Chuckle to myself so I remember our childhood friendship escapades. We had a small rivalry going when it came to little things like these, not wanting to fall behind and always trying to one-up each other. Yep, as good friends should. Like me and Sanzi with the stupid Titanfall gauntlet. It's no different now. Can't let her get ahead of me, I guess. I understand that this has to be a joint effort from the both of us, and I can see that she's trying as well. I'm still pretty upset over this whole thing, but I'd be lying if I said this was a completely hopeless situation.
I'm very glad to hear that from you, Ben. I'm sure things will work out for the two of you. Same here. I fully believe that you and Siri are meant for each other.
Thanks, guys. I don't know if I'd be in the same mindset if I didn't have you two at my side. So truly, thank you. I let out a heavy sigh as I make my way back home on my own. Suri and Natsuki are just a few houses down, probably having a good time. Heck yeah, they are. They're baking brownies. How can you not? Here I am, wallowing it. Snap out of it, boy. You're doing fine. Monica and Yuri said it themselves. Besides, this is a great opportunity to catch up on more assignments as well as get started on whatever work I have today. Should be a piece of cake. Let's do it. Meanwhile... Oh, okay, no perspective shift. It just made it seem like it was one. I sit back in my chair and place my arms around my head. Whew. I'm beat. Check the time on my phone and see that it's nearly time to get ready for bed. I don't really want to stay up late doing this. Sleep is important after all. Something I really wish I would beat into myself. Because yeah, my sleep schedule is constantly just taking a nosedive. Uh-oh. Do you want to come over for some brownies? Oh my god, Sayori. There's way too many for Natsuki and me. Ugh, excuse me. I blame the lasagna. I'm a bit surprised that she's tested me at all. I'm not complaining either. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. Sure, I'll be right there. I get up from my chair and walk towards the front door. Take a deep breath and try to calm myself down. This is good, right? She's inviting me over for brownies. I mean, if that isn't a sign of goodwill, I don't know what is. Though it is entirely possible that Natsuki just asked her to invite me and didn't really want to show any signs of trouble between us. But I'd take a chance to talk to Sayori over anything. And would I ever turn down a brownie? If it's a pot brownie. I arrive at Sayori's front door and sigh. Everything will be alright. Be cool. Be yourself. Come in. I follow her instructions and let myself in. Hey. I'm greeted by both Sayori and Natsuki in casual clothing. My nose is enticed by the smell of freshly baked brownies. Heck yeah. Smells nice in here. I knew you wouldn't be able to resist my baking. Hook, line, and sinker. Sayori nudges Natsuki. Which was, of course, my idea. Let's stop messing around and grab some, shall we? Okay. They're up to something. I can feel it. I walk over to the kitchen table where brownies are stacked up neatly on a plate. Grab a napkin and set a brownie on top of it. Awesome. They're still warm. Sayori and Natsuki follow suit. Well, of course. There's no better time to eat a brownie. Yep, eating a warm brownie is the same feeling as, you know, when you take your laundry out of the dryer and it's still warm. Just that same nice feeling. Just, nothing like it. I heard that you can get sick if you eat brownies straight out of the oven. Nah, that's just a myth. Although I could see it happening if you go into this thinking it will hurt your stomach. Even if it were true, I wouldn't let that stop me. Nom, nom, a bite of brownie with your chocolate bliss. three of us walk back towards Zero's living room and sit ourselves down on the couch. Decide to take the couch in front of the window, while Natsuki and Sori both sit down on the couch towards the middle of the room. So, what did you guys do today? Nothing much. Just a little bit of grocery shopping and stuff. Yep. Girl stuff, huh? It probably sounds a bit boring, but I had lots of fun. That's good to hear, Sayori. I'm glad you're doing well. She gives me a soft but sad-looking smile. So hey Natsuki, I was wondering, you're the baking expert in this club, so I wanted to ask which you think is better. Brownies made from scratch or brownies made from the box? Oh, that's easy, from the box. Though this is only because it's more cost effective. I've learned that it's just better going from the box option because it saves money. That's really the only major reason though. Homemade brownies are just better in every other way. Anything homemade is always better than just from the box. Or whatever. It takes more time, but it's got that finish, it's got that nice, homey touch that, stuff made from the box just doesn't have. If costs weren't a factor, homemade brownies would sweep. Is the difference in quality that noticeable? Heck yeah, it is. Heck yeah, it is. They're so good to make the box ones taste worse in comparison. Again, it's all down to cost effectiveness. Nobody is ever really going to turn down a brownie regardless of whether it's homemade or not. So I don't really stress about it too much. Interesting. I guess you've always come across as some kind of baker puritan or something like that. Well, a true baking connoisseur would know all the various ways to bake something, which would be the most efficient way to do so. That's okay. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. If you want to keep up to date with the show, I have a Discord server too. You can get my schedules for each week if you join the server. Right. Yes, that makes sense. And you can catch other shenanigans in the VC that I do sometimes. Like the Titanfall stuff I've been posting recently. I guess that makes sense. The conversation dies off as we all focus on finishing up our treats. Can't help but feel like I'm doing something wrong by not talking to Sayori though. I had thought that easygoing and lighthearted conversation would be totally fine. That's okay, I just thought I would throw it out there. I understand though. There is a lot of wild shenanigans that go on with Discord, so I can understand why they wouldn't be so fond of that idea. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing another grind session on Undertale Yellow. I'm at the end of the Genocide route. I just have to beat Martlet. I just have to win the Zenith Martlet fight. I spent, I think, like 3 hours and 45 minutes or something trying to beat it last time, and I made progress in understanding the fight, but I did not get past phase 1. So, yeah, I'm gonna try switching over to my controller, seeing if I can get that to work with Undertale Yellow, and seeing if that helps. Because playing that fight on keyboard just doesn't work for me. See, here's the thing about me and Undertale's controls. I'm gonna go on a bit of a side tangent here, but that's what you're all here for. This is the part of the show. So, the thing about Undertale's controls is that they are really ass backwards for me, and the way my hands work. Because, like a lot of people, I would say, I've got a right dominant hand. And my right hand can just mash way, way faster than my left hand. So the fact that my right hand is stuck handling movement, when that's normally a task I devote to my left hand, and my right hand is usually mashing buttons. So yeah, it just doesn't work. My right hand is trying to do the movement, which is it's just objectively worse at. And my left hand is trying to do, you know, like the button mashing, you know, for the laser thing. And that's what makes my hands hurt so much. That's why by the end of that session, my left hand was just numb. Because it took a beating over the course of that session. So, you know, basically my hands are doing the opposite of what they're good at with the default Undertale controls. And there isn't really a way to remap the controls as far as I'm aware. So, yeah. I was able to get through it with regular Undertale, but for Undertale Yellow, no. This Martlet fight, I think, is just too brutal for me to try and do on keyboard. It's just not seeming very feasible. I got close a few times, but I think I need to just try it on a controller and see how that goes. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. Anyway, back to the mod. But I feel like that's just a way to dodge the true matter at hand. And if that were the case, would it be a bad thing if I did? Don't ruin the vibe, man. So, how'd you two meet? Ooh, I can answer this one. Natsuki was one of the last members to join the club. I remember the day she walked in like it was yesterday. As soon as she walked in, it was almost like the entire club room filled with the cutest, most adorable energy you could ever hope to find in a club room. Oh my god, look at that expression on Sayori's face. She's so enthusiastic about this. I love that. Sayori? Why does Sayori have all the best faces in this game? Well, I wouldn't say it went down like that, but I did have a pretty easy time joining the club. I will say, though, in hindsight, everything seemed a little rushed. Yeah, it really did. Rushed? Rushed how? Well, rushed as in, it seemed like Monica was trying to get 4 members as quickly as possible. The club was still very fun and relaxing, but it started to seem like she was losing track of that initial goal of hers. Huh. I see. Yeah, now that you mention it, she did seem like she was in a hurry. I get that she's a popular girl and all that, but if I remember correctly, she left the debate club in order to dedicate her full attention to the literature club. As soon as I joined, meetings got shorter or just straight up cancelled. It didn't really give any of us a chance to really get to know each other. We still had daily meetings and Monica still seemed to give it her all. The meetings just didn't last as long as I would have liked them to. That was also around the time Monica and I began to slowly drift apart as friends. It just suddenly happened. I wonder if that's when the epiphany began to set in. And then you showed up. I placed my hands in the air to show my innocence. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm trying to pinpoint the time where Monica's behavior changed. Sayori shakes her head. I can't help but wonder how things would have been if we just had more time to really get closer to one another. But that's not what the conversation topic is. You wanted to know how Natsuki and I met, right? Ah, right, sorry. Let's see. Well, when I first joined the club, I thought Sayori was the president with how upfront she was. She was extremely welcoming, and when I talked about my manga, she was even more interested in me. One particular interaction I remember is Sayori showing some interest in manga, but not knowing where to start. Oh yeah, the donut! The what? What donut? I'm a donut, remember? Oh, I mean, I have the attention span of a donut. How does that even make sense? Like, I confuse. Sayori, I think you've got your words mixed up. Oh, the donut. Sayori and I both giggle loud. Sayori and Natsuki both giggle loudly, leaving me in the dark. I don't get it. What's the donut? Clearly something that happened before you joined.
Oh, nothing. Just some insider Sayori and I have. Yeah, it was when Natsuki was helping me pick out some manga to read. We were going to read together, but Monica ended that meeting early, so we didn't really get to talk much about it. She just gave me some suggestions. Yeah, but you know what? I'm kinda glad that happened. Not trying to sound rude or anything. I just think that, I thought Zora was being a little too pushy with things. Sort of like how things turned out last week when you confronted me about my other friends. But...
She suddenly pauses.
Still not good at this friend stuff. What I'm trying to say is, I've learned a lot about myself. More than I ever thought I could. So even if things didn't turn out the way we would have liked, I'm still glad things are the way they are now. I'm glad too.
Zora glances at me and gives me a soft smile. I return that smile with as much sincerity as I can show.
Oh, right! I'm going to go take a shower. I'm staying over tonight. I'll leave you guys to it.
Just like that, Natsuki grabs her bag and heads towards Sayori's bathroom. Huh. Well, okay then. Scratch my head nervously as I realize Sayori doesn't exactly seem too thrilled about this outcome.
You know, I told myself that I would be ready to talk tonight, but when the moment actually came...
Hey, what's the advice you give to others if they didn't feel ready to talk about something?
I'd tell them to not force themselves if they don't feel ready.
Right. So it's okay, Sayori. We're here just having a good time. Nothing more needs to be said or done right now. Yeah, she's got the same problem I do, not taking my own advice.
It's funny, though.
What is?
Natsuki was the one who had the idea to invite you over, not me.
I see. We did consider that possibility.
But it was only because I didn't really think about it. I then told her I felt shy around you to try and make her reconsider. I guess I failed to realize that you would only make her want to invite you over even more. In a way, I'm kind of glad it went that way, though. Because I really do want to talk to you now. I just have no idea where to begin.
I'll start by first apologizing to you. Said some things that I didn't mean that night. You don't ever have to forgive me for that. What I said was a result of my frustrations with not understanding how you really felt. And that's not your fault.
I am sorry too, because I also said some mean things. I didn't mean to kick you out or say things that made you mad. I got frustrated too. And I want to apologize for that.
I get up from my couch and switch over to the other, sitting close to her. I think we both need to come to a conclusion. We don't really understand each other, do we? Sorry, was that too much?
No. It's only because that's probably true. I'm still stuck in the past and how we used to be. So I just thought things would have been the same even after all these years. What I didn't grasp was that we both became very different people over the years. I never wanted to face the reality that I was no longer fit to be your best friend.
Look away for a short moment to think about these words. It's true, isn't it? You're right in that we've both changed over the years, but I don't think that means you're unfit to be my best friend. I still consider you to be my best friend, regardless of everything that's happened.
I do too.
I move a bit closer to Sayori as I try to find the right words to say next. With all that being said, I wouldn't mind if we tried again.
What do you mean?
We're both different people now, so... place my left hand over my chest and reach out my right for a handshake. Hi, my name's Ben. Nice to meet ya. Oh. And my name is Sayori. Nice to meet you too. We both laugh and jokingly shake hands with each other. In all seriousness, I do mean that I want us to start over in a way. No pressure, no drama, just the two of us being pals. Would you like that? It'll be hard to do that. You and I both know that already. But I think I'd be willing to try. That's all he needed to hear. I don't want to let my depression control me anymore. I think I'm ready for the real Sayori to come out of her shell. Happy to hear that, Sayori. Before I have any chance to object, Sayori leans over and wraps her arms around me. I don't really have anything more to say, and I get the feeling Sayori feels just the same. I return the embrace and hold her close to me for as long as I can. After a few more minutes go by, I decide that it's time for me to head home. As I prepare myself to leave for the night, Sayori grabs my arm. Hey, about what we talked about? Yeah? What's up? I guess I just don't want to come across as too hasty. What I mean is, I might not be able to move as fast as you when it comes to working on our friendship. Don't worry, Sayori. I understand. I won't ever leave you behind. Thank you. I give Sayori a friendly smile before wishing her good night and heading out the door. As soon as the door closes behind me and I take a few steps forward, I let out a huge sigh as if I had been holding my breath the entire time I was there. I think I handled that pretty well. Like she said though, I can't rush her into things. I'm just glad she liked the idea of starting over. Seems like that's the best course to take right now. Pull up my phone to check the time. Realizing it's nearly time for bed, I quickly place my phone back and head home. Alrighty. Ooh. I like the music for this upcoming section we got coming up. But it is a section that I think we will get to next time. You know, again, I have to admit, I am really enjoying this. I'd say my biggest compliment is that it knows how to get you invested emotionally. Like, it's really good. It really nails those emotional scenes. Like, it handles them really well. I like how they're written. That and I like the vibe of the Act 3 soundtrack so far. So, I'm curious to see how things will go from here now that our boy and Sayori are gonna try to work things out. So, yeah, consider me interested to see what happens. I did say I plan to stick around for the long haul on this mod, and I'm going to do just that. So yeah, it's gonna be it for me That's gonna be it for me tonight, though, because it is 20 minutes after 3, and I should probably go to bed soon. So I'm gonna go do that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So until then, take care.